All right, hi everyone. I am making this kind of a weird movie because, or not movie, but a video announcement because there's something wrong with my video recording software tonight. So it's not recording volume. So I wanted to make sure. So I apologize. It might be a little shaky at points, but this will get the job done. So basically, for this week, I'm going to go ahead and give you your prompt for the movie analysis. I know y'all are finishing up your interview projects, but this is what I like to call a little mini assignment. It's just one page. That's all I'm asking for. 12-point font, double spaced. I want an analysis of a movie. Now, I know in your asynchronous assignment I asked you to look at movie reviews, but reviews at their core are an analysis of a movie. So we are moving into our analysis unit, and we will be finishing up the year with analysis. And so I just wanted to, this is just a nice segue to it. So it's a smaller assignment, but you still get big assignment points, so which is really nice. So basically, I want y'all to be looking for criteria within your review or your analysis. So you can't simply say this movie is the best, worst, and you can do worse. Like I've had a lot of students do like their least favorite movie, and that winds up being a really, really cool paper. But you have to choose criteria when you're analyzing something. So I want you to take a look at acting, musical score, writing, and cinematography. Now I asked you to take a look at 2 very short films before clicking on this video, and that's because I'm going to be talking about that, just kind of giving some examples from those. So like with acting, even though in Feast, which is one of my little favorite short films, I love it because the dog just acts like such a dog. Like they do such a good job making the dog act like a dog. So like in this scene. If any of you have had a dog, you know that the way to a dog's heart is through its stomach. And so they do that with its body language, how it was kind of hesitant, but as soon as it was offered food, he was still just that little bit hesitant. And then all of a sudden he was like, yeah, I'll take your food. The Bluey episode, I love it because it is such a kid, the kids asking for that one more story. Will you please give me just that one more story? And you can hear it in the child actor's voice, just like, please. And just those little elements like that are what make a good movie great. I'm trying to make sure this isn't too long to bore you. So musical score. One of the reasons I picked the Bluey episode again is because of its musical score. So at the beginning, I'll play just a little bit. It's a very childlike music score. It almost sounds like it belongs on a xylophone. And the music from this episode is from Holt's The Planets, specifically Jupiter. It is a musical arrangement. And if any of you are in band, you've probably heard it before. My daughter's band, Siegel, actually played it last year for their show. But just listen. But it's that very childlike musical quality. But when it gets to the end, it's a more orchestral feeling to it. Hold on. And the reason they do that is it's supposed to symbolize Bingo growing up, moving from a more childlike state to not quite an adult, but a more grown up, definitely growing up state. And so they do that in reflection with the music, which I thought was just a really, really cool touch. The writing. So writing is not just what the actors are saying, it's also the stage direction. So if you go back to Feast, there was really no talking. Like you could hear an adult conversation every now and then, but I think the only thing you clearly heard was like when the dog goes back to the waitress to convince her to get back together with his owner, you hear her go, wait. But other than that, the writing is in the direction. And so that's just something to consider. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to show you Feast, is just to kind of remind you, it's not just the dialogue, it's what they're doing. In the Bluey episode, I just love the little touches. Some that might be lost on y'all because you're not parents, but you can probably remember as a child getting up in the middle of the night and asking for that glass of water, or if you've ever heard, or getting in bed with your parents because you were scared or just needed that comfort. As a mom now, my favorite scene in that entire episode is when the mom, Chili, has the whole bed to herself because everyone else is sleeping somewhere else. So I think that that's a really cool touch. Cinematography. Now, cinematography is actually a very broad category that's kind of been broken down in the Academy Awards the past few years, but it can include things like special effects, camera direction, just the way the movie is shot, basically. The way the lighting is. So that's one of the things I really like about Feast. I'm going to go, if you notice, it's a pretty dark movie, but then they add in touches of light. And if you notice, as you go through it, the food is always in the light. Let me skip ahead here. So the food is always illuminated, because that is the most important thing to the dog. And so, like, even after the breakup, if you notice, the food is always in the light. Even though his owner, who is severely depressed, is in the background in the dark. And then that moment where the plant, the food that he hates, is illuminated, and he realizes, oh, he starts to care more for the owner than himself. And he jumps out of the darkness into the light, and then the rest of the movie is in the light. So I think that that's just a really cool cinematography trick there that they use in this particular movie, just to kind of make note of. Again, apologize for any wiggling of the camera. I'm trying my best. So basically, those are the kind of things I want you to be looking for. Now, if you want to, don't give me a plot summary. I'm not looking for that. Just include enough information to highlight the criteria. But if you want to, you can comment on character development, plot theme, exigence, why you think they created this movie, if you wish. I will let you branch out from just a movie if you want to do a television episode, if you want to do a short film, a short animated film like a Bluey episode, or a short Disney film, anything like that. Oh, sorry, my battery's running low. That is perfectly fine as well. So it will be due next week on October 27th, or actually almost 2 weeks from now. And I'll be giving you some more information via the announcements, maybe towards the end of the week, a couple of student examples as we go. So if you have any questions, just let me know.